All right, welcome to Happy Half Hour. I'm Troy Johnson. I've been on the show a couple of times. This place right here does not suck. It's one of my favorite humans and chefs is in the kitchen cooking. This old building was an Oldsmobile.
Oldsmobile dealership.
Yep. Oldsmobile delership way back in the day. You can feel it cruising down the highway. Doesn't feel any speed bump whatsoever. And kind of a iconic spot in the restaurant world in San Diego. I'm sitting with two of my friends, kind of the Jobs and Wozniak of San Diego's modern restaurant culture. They've done a couple things. You guys were grinders in the beginning. You had some, projects that you guys were not the principals, and you guys launched your own thing, put your necks on the line. I'm going to give their introduction, and we're not going to do news today because these are two of my friends that have really been in the scene for a long time and really are a catalyst and a continuation of San Diego's restaurant evolution. I'm going to do your bio, and then I'm going to fuck it up because I'm not even trying to fact check this, and you guys can tell me how bad it is. So... Chef Brian Malarkey grew up as a state champ Bronco riding rodeo cowboy kid in Oregon. He moved to San Diego, became a chef on Top Chef, and did Food Network things, and then partnered with this guy, Chris Puffer, a New England transplant who used to play in bands and kind of looks like the lead singer of Midnight Oil and had a hell of a personality, and a brain and nose for design, which you see in this room right here. They partnered to open a nightclub with an impresario in downtown San Diego, and they opened Seersucker, which absolutely ricked in San Diego, but it wasn't quite their thing. So they said, you know what? I kind of want to get out. I want to do my own thing. So because they're totally nuts and they have no sanity left whatsoever, they put their lives on the line and they opened up a place in 2010 in Little Italy called Herb and Wood. And bonkers. It went absolutely bonkers. There are a few matchsticks in San Diego's restaurant scene. And San Diego's restaurant scene, I've been writing about it since 2007. And I can tell you this, and I don't want to denigrate anybody that came before 2007, because there were amazing players like Mona Lisas of the world and things like that, right? But it was basically those awesome people who have been doing it for decades, and then a lot of old Western movie whistling in a ghost town. It was not much.
Yeah.
And in 2010, 2016, you guys opened up Urban Wood, correct?
Yeah, 2010 was Seersucker and the Gas Lamp.
2007. Anyways, Chef Brian Malarkey, Christopher Puffer, welcome to Happy Half Hour.
Great to be here.
There were so many problems in that, but a lot of them were for the better. So we'll keep those. The fact check's not that tight, but that's good. That's good.
I'm ChatGV Troy.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
I'm just hallucinating.
Good. Yeah.
I think what you said was between Seersucker in 2010 and Herb and Wood in 2000. What year?
16.
Two of San Diego's biggest restaurant openings ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely. So when Urban Wood opened in Little Italy, and we're going to get into this in a second, I want to walk you guys through your guys' history together, because to me, one of the best duos that I've ever seen in the restaurant world. And duos don't usually last. Simon and Garfunkel didn't. Simon was like, I'm out. But you guys have lasted now you've been together for 20 years almost, and you
There's bumps and bruises.
For sure.
We're going to work definitely bumps and bruises.
Sometimes we don't enter from the same side of the stage.
Sometimes the kids are a little nervous about mommy and dad not getting along, and yeah, there's definitely been some throwdowns between us over the years. But you always come out. I think in our case, we've come out ahead. You can't know each other for this long and not go through just different stages of your life. When we transition, we evolve, you grow. You're not the person you were when you first got into business. I'm not angry anymore.
Yeah. Right. When you first start out, and you see people having wild success and it's not coming immediately to you. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to be like, well, I feel like you guys kind of had a success out the gates, except for we're going to talk about that, the misconception that it was always very easy for you guys. I want to walk you back. And before I do, I'm going to finish up my intro of you guys. So then you guys did Urban Sea, anime, in what are we calling that? Downtown?
Anime downtown. Yeah.
I think it's called the Marine District.
The Marine
Yes,
District,
right.
Which is a beautiful restaurant. And the woman that's cooking here today is Tara Monsood. She's been nominated for James Beard Award 75,000 times, and she deserves to win one every single year. And I'm going to make that happen if it's the last thing I do on the face of this earth. Just a great human being and a phenomenal chef. And then you opened up where we're sitting right now.
Yes.
Lecoq. You guys opened this in. This is a restaurant that you guys used to play in. This used to be Herringbone.
Yep.
Right? Okay, so now We're going to go back. Tell me about the day you guys met. How did this all come together? I mean, you were at Ocean Air.
Puffer was at Ocean Air.
Yeah.
I didn't
That's
realize
where it
that.
all started.
It was my second job in management. I was
Yeah.
a wine buyer, and
It was Mike Mitchell. Mike Mitchell was the general manager. They
Yeah.
had both worked at Star of the. Where are you guys?
Star
at?
of the Sea. That was my
Star
first
of the
job in San
Sea.
Diego. Yep.
Yes.
As a waiter there. Yeah.
Yep. And
You
Mitchell's
were at
like,
Star of the Sea way
I was
back?
at Star of the Sea, man. Yeah.
oh man.
Dude, that is...
Moving here, funny story. Moving here from San Francisco, and before that, Boston. Great food scenes, and then I got my first job at Star of the Sea, and I was like, "Yeah, fine dining, at its best." And and I won't say the chef's name at the time, but I'm learning the menu and I'm training, and I see them make this spaghetti sea bass over this white truffle risotto, and I see them take out a scoop of the risotto, put it in a plastic tub, and put it in a microwave.
Right.
And I'm looking at this going,
Wait.
there's so much wrong with what you're doing there.
Oh, yeah.
Microwaving risotto in a plastic
That
tub.
old microwave sous chef,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You know?
So it was a bit
Comes
of
in
a
handy for
culture shock.
potatoes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'll bet you saw so much clam chowder in the
yeah.
first couple of years of
A
your
lot of
San Diego
chowder.
restaurant world.
You gotta love that chowder.
Okay. So then you go to Ocean Air.
So watch this. So Ocean Air was, by all means, supposed to just be another average restaurant. Horrible location. I remember Papa Cohn came in like right before your opening, and he said, "Nice to meet you. Welcome to town. I'm sorry. I think your location is horrible. We're second story on an off street.
Welcome to town. Your house
Fifth.
sucks.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I kind of agree. Like, why couldn't you guys, the main strip of the gas lamps right there, you put us over here. But what was cool about the Ocean Air was the chefs were given free reign on pretty much like 60, 70% of the menu. As ambitious as you could be, you could make that restaurant yours. And what we did with that Ocean Air in the course of like the 5 years that I was there was spectacular. Like
I
that
was
was
there
the
5
biggest hit. I bet I was there for like 7 or 8. Actually, I was there for 4 or 5.
Yeah.
You blacked out a couple of them?
What?
You blacked out a couple of them?
Oh man, it was fun back in the old days. it was way fun back in the olden days.
When you're first starting out your life, you have to make those good decisions.
But that
to
was a
make better
$10
ones.
million a year restaurant back
So-
in 2005, 2006. That was the monster.
So if you guys want to know anything about San Diego's restaurant scene, in the beginning, like when it really started taking off, and for me, I started writing about it in 2007. It didn't start happening a little bit until about 2010, right? Because 2010 was when you guys opened up Seersucker, correct?
When nobody had opened a restaurant since 2008 crashed. Like we opened that restaurant for
Right.
a great budget because nobody had any business. And they're like, you guys are crazy to be opening a restaurant of that magnitude, that size on the corner of First and First in the gas lamp, the old Z Gallery. And they thought we were just crazy. And Puffer didn't, right before we opened, Puffer's like, oh, just me and my general manager, we got this. I was like, no, man, I think we're going to kill it. I think we're going to kill it. He didn't have a day off for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like it was,
We just
it
needed
was
to hire
packed
staff, hire
day
staff.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Packed day one, just out of control because it was a casual fine dining.
Yep. The whole concept, which now kind of, I mean, I don't want to give you guys the God complex here that you guys invented that.
It's
but
all right.
Okay. Yeah.
It's okay.
So, but back then, there was a dining room and then there was a bar.
Yeah.
In most restaurants coming up until then, there was the bar experience, and then before fine dining, if you wanted something that was you cooking, a Tara cooking, it was like you went into the different realm and you sat down and you ate, and and it was like you kept the rowdiness over there. You guys flipped that on his head, and the bar was the center of Seersucker. Really.
Bar, living room, DJ. It was the kitchen was in the living. I mean, in there, it was a
Food flew out of the kitchen.
Oh.
It was like the dawn of the short rib and the
Yeah.
fried Brussels sprout.
Dude, I don't mean to say this, but we invented that stuff. Like
It was
sous vide
literally-
bags, not for sous vide, just for like accuracy.
Yeah.
Obviously no microwaves.
Accuracy,
but
yep.
You were just like pop, pop, pop. The amount of food that came out of that tiny little kitchen in seconds was insane.
We could plate a short rib in 90 seconds.
Yeah.
The servers would have to stagger their drinks. They'd have to order their drinks first, get the drinks on the table before they would even think about ordering food because the food
was
would
coming
hit
out
the
so
table.
fast.
Because it was
so fast.
Because we were
right.
doing 500,
So
600 covers a night.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun. That was
2010, we were having $30,000 Tuesday nights.
yeah.
It was
Oh my
11
God.
million.
Which,
Yeah.
and again,
2010.
you were terrified
Yeah.
because you're coming out of a pandemic. No one's going into downtown. It's a massive footprint. You have to fill.
No, it was not pandemic. That was the
I mean, not
2008.
pandemic, sorry.
That was a 2008
Recession.
property
Yeah.
recession.
The crash,
yes.
Yeah, the crash. You're coming out of that, and you open up the doors, and the first night.
Yeah.
First
Yeah.
night, every night. It was there was a line out the door to a restaurant, and we took reservations. So I mean, these people were trying to get in that didn't have reservations, and they were just filling the bar. And then it didn't stop when most restaurants stop at like 9 or 10 o'clock. Then we went until 1 o'clock. There was just drinking and partying and boozing, and it was just the craziest, funnest party ever. There was this restaurant critic though that he came in one time, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's kind of cool. It's whatever. I get it. He's like, I get the vibe. I like it." And he's like, "I love everything, but these Brussels sprouts are absolutely horrible." Like he's burning these
Cut.
yeah. And so when Troy Johnson's review came out, and he came in with his family like a few weeks later, what did I do? I filled your table with Brussels sprouts. I just served him 20 orders of Brussels sprouts.
Look, the hard char was new to me, which now has become, to your credit, it has become like what everybody's doing. Everybody's hard charring the hell
It
out of it.
still is there. You still go out. It's still on menus. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Those damn
15 years
Brussels
later.
sprouts.
I walk in and I'm just with my family trying to enjoy a really nice meal, and I'm like, this should be uneventful. All of a sudden, 50 orders of Brussels sprouts just I just started laughing. Oh, God.
That was funny. I forgot about that.
So that was fun. But this is really interesting for me with your guys' origin story. It's like Ocean Air really, and it was a chain, and you don't expect a chain to be that creative, and that
It wasn't. We were the only ones in the whole
I know.
company like
Hey,
that.
you know
they
what-
sent me on a tour after Top Chef. I was on Top Chef when I was at Ocean Air, and they sent me on a tour to all of their restaurants all around the country. I got back and I quit. I was like, I had no idea you guys are serving tilapia with mango chutney in Charlotte.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I am out of here. This is a disgrace that I wasted all of that TV time on your brand, and it is broken and disgusting. And at mine, I had turned our oyster bar into a sushi bar, and I was flying in stuff from New Zealand and Australia and Norway.
Flying in whole king crabs for
whole
the,
king
for the
crabs,
prawn
like,
tank.
still alive. Like, oh.
the food cost ledger for Ocean Air across the country is like San Diego.
Yeah, but the food cost was perfect because the sales were this,
But I will say this about Seersucker too. Time Life Web came out on Time Life's web page. They posted a review that was not a review, a rating from they picked up a story from somewhere where Seersucker got the second hottest restaurant in the country in 2010. So it's New York, San Francisco, LA, and number 2 was
San Diego.
I think Beauty and Essex might have
Beauty
won
and Essex,
that year.
which has still got a lot
So
of...
put San Diego on the map.
Right,
People were like,
right.
what the hell is this place, man? I got to go check this place
Number
out.
2 in the
Frying Brussels
country.
sprouts.
Number 2 in the country. And you know what? You had like Gordon Ramsay coming in, and then 2 years later opening something that looked exactly like it in Vegas. You had, I mean, we were copied as quickly as they possibly could.
Well, and isn't that what I mean? Look, good writers borrow, great writers steal.
Yeah.
Good restaurateurs borrow, and I've talked to some of the best. Don't you guys take ideas too? Don't you go-
Plagiarism is a form of flattery in our business.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You collect little notes and bits and pieces. I have a folder. The way I write, I mean, if you like my writing or not, that's jury's way is still out. But the way that I learned how to write was I still have a document that's now 700 pages long of every single piece of good writing, line, sentence, phrase, 3 words together that I love. And when I'm stuck writing, I go in there and I don't steal them. I just go, how is that constructed? How do I reconstruct this in a Puffer Malarkey way, in a Troy Johnson way, or something like that? You guys kind of got to do that too. Go around the country and pick ideas.
We
right?
love it.
Yeah, we love it.
Eat trips are one of the most exciting things we ever do.
Yeah. For this restaurant, we took our entire team to Paris and Lyon for a dine around. Yeah. One of the dishes we're going to taste here today, well, the steak and frites are inspired, and the mussels were also inspired by this little stall in Paris, in this Marquise d'Enfants, Children of the Market.
So you get your whole team out there. Like, actually, like if we're going to do a Parisian concept, let's actually go to France.
Yeah.
Let's eat around, find the tiny little stalls you love. Because I think your mussels, if I'm correct, which ones you're talking about are the blue cheese.
Yep.
Okay.
Blue cheese
Phenomenal.
fondue. Yeah, they're great.
So good. All right. So I want to go back a little bit. Keep going back. One thing I want to mention, San Diego history, is that Ocean Air, because with you guys, was really pushing the envelope, and in any kind of chain like that, you need one location. It's like a hotel. You have like the signature restaurant that is pushing the envelope. Don't worry about food costs. We just want to make a better name for the overall brand, right? And up in Del Mar, Marriott was doing the same at Arterra with Carl Schroeder, who would then do Market. There was like 2 chains that were really where you guys were at one. and Carl Schroeder was at the other, who eventually got nominated for a James Beard Award 3 times as well, and formed Market. But those two played critical moments in San Diego's food scene and launching you guys and launching Carl.
We were learning how to make money on somebody else's money. That's all it was.
Right.
We
nobody
would invest in us as who we were, but once we showed them that what we could do with that, and it was through our local charity work is why we were able to get investors for our first restaurants, and every restaurant we've ever had was the amount of charity work we did, and the big money in town was like, you guys are legit, you're good people. We want to invest in people who care about San Diego, and that's where we've gotten all of our best investors.
Right, is showing up for the causes around the community and actually being involved in the community.
Yeah, we would go do dinners at people's homes. I'd be the sommelier. Brian would cook the food.
Because they would auction us off at a charity.
Yeah, because we get auctioned off at a charity.
You'd be like, oh, dinner for 20 at so-and-so's house. Puffer Malarkey will show up and cook dinner, and he would serve. We'd wash the damn dishes together, you know?
Did you do different accents?
All the time.
All the time. It
doesn't matter really. It depends on the moment, how I'm feeling, right? It just sort of comes out, you know?
You were a lead singer of a band? You had to have been a lead singer.
What's that?
You were lead singer of a band, weren't you?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yes, you had to be. Then let's talk about launch of Urban Wood. So Urban Wood comes out. I mean, obviously you guys had Seersucker and you did the whole pattern restaurants, which one of my favorite stories I ever did was the alternative fat patterns that you guys were missing. And I think it was like pleather. Where you heavily use the microwave. There would be like, I forget, like, Egyptian cotton, where it was just all
silk was always the challenge. People would always ask me, like, do silk. And I was like, no, that one will never happen.
So, and in that, bringing the story together is that you guys had this place, which was Herringbone, right?
Yes.
So this place in La Jolla, beautiful old bones, this Oldsmobile like hangar. It's like an airplane hangar almost, and I remember when you guys first opened this in La Jolla, it was again another hit. You guys have been involved in a lot of hits. You're the Nickelback of food. I'm sorry, that's a terrible announce.
Nickelback. Sometimes
Nickelback
works.
You're the Radiohead and the Edith Piaf.
I'm definitely a creep. Even though they hate that song, which pisses me off, by the way. Come on. It allowed them to do so much with their lives. Why don't they just like the song Creep? Sorry, I'm not going to.
Same. That's how I feel too.
You know what I mean? It's like, just play the damn song.
Play it.
People like it. You got to do all your esoteric, crazy, stuff. Nobody ever would have known who you are.
Totally.
So just sing Creep, man.
Yeah.
And they won't.
We allowed you to dance naked. Now we'd like you to put some nice clothes on and play that song that we like.
Yeah. Fight for your right to party. Come on. Let's go. Okay, sorry.
So that's okay. So Herringbone, this was really kind of a special place for you because that's where you met. Isn't this where you met Chef Tara as well?
Chef Tara was at Burlap.
She was at Burlap.
She did work here also, but her first stop was Burlap, and then she came here and worked with Amanda and stuff like that at Herringbone.
And when you came into this place too, it was really special.
This building's special. That's why we picked it back up.
I say
this
why?
This building's really, really special.
So, and we'll go through. I'm gonna jump around because I like to ride my ADD like a stallion.
Sure.
When this building opened up, why? It closed, obviously, for whatever reasons, and in any
because we sold it.
Because that's right, because you sold it. Yeah, okay, that's the better reason because you guys sold it, and that empire did very, very well before you guys actually launched your own thing, which was Urban Wood.
Empire when we sold it.
Yeah.
Oh no, when we sold it. I don't know. That was a wild ride. That's what we learned a lot from that experience. We opened too many restaurants too fast, too many different things going on.
Shitty locations.
I mean, we went to we were Gingham and La Mesa, Gabardine and Point Loma. We were here.
Okay, so
Burlap turned into a whorehouse. We had to turn it back into a seersucker. Okay, so we were chasing our tail. We were putting out fires faster than we were doing.
It was 3.5 grueling years. 10 restaurants, 5 concepts, 3.5 years. It was.
And then thankfully, Hakkasan picked us up, took us for a walk around the country, from Hawaii to Cabo to Arizona, Texas, Vegas, LA, and thankfully we were done with that. So we were able to get away with that, and then they crashed the boat. Hakkasan's completely gone.
Yeah, so that was like the Ballast Point moment where Constellation takes it and they're like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
They were asking why, Seersucker in Vegas didn't have caviar on the menu. I'm like, dude,
they want
drink,
a sashimi.
It's a Peter Rabbit, okay? It's Pimm's that looks like pond water.
But because
it's
they
a short
stuffed
rib.
us into
It's fried Brussels sprouts.
Stuffed us on $100 million nightclub. They're like, can you make the food for the nightclub? I was like, I don't make cocaine food.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I think that's an important thing though, because you guys have had your restaurants have just done amazingly well. Everybody thinks that like everything was a hit. You guys slogged through the pattern restaurants, and I forgot about that actually. I forgot that we had Gingham. We had a bit of a maybe a sex solicitation thing going on at Burlap.
Massive.
I can say I was the general manager there. I did not know anything was going on. And if I was not getting a cut of that.
We were not getting a cut.
And I could have used the money.
We were not getting a cut. But
all right.
I'm pretty sure the giant table in the middle of the room was a key exchange table.
Yeah.
Right? You've heard the legend of Carmel Valley and the swinger community up there. It's true.
Yeah.
There's so many great restaurant stories, obviously, the things that happen in restaurants. But you guys, I mean, look, you guys were down at that point. I mean, you really, obviously, Hakkasan came in with a parachute for you guys.
Yeah.
You know? And then tell us about opening up Urban Wood. I mean, did you guys know it was going to be hit? I mean, you guys got investors, you know, and everything else, but.
It was a big space.
It was massive
15,000 square feet.
And we were kind of like talking to designers doing this, and Puffer's like, just let me do it. Let me do it.
Were you confident in him to do it at that time?
We were scared. Yeah. We were all scared.
Right?
I was waking up in the middle of the night in like cold sweats. Like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
What right do I have? You know,
to design a restaurant.
I was always when I was a waiter and a bartender for like 13 years, right? And I'd always go to the new place that was opening, and I'd get to see designers that would come in and design beautiful restaurants that had a side station that was this big, you know, and so they didn't function. And it's something because of that experience that I had, and because I was a musician, singer, songwriter in a past life, so creative guy, and I did some sculptural work, whatever, that I was like, yeah, I could do this.
Sure. I've got good taste in eyewear. I got this.
And in reality, we would interview all of these people, and then we'd sit around and go, no, they don't see what we see.
Yeah.
We had an idea of what it was, and it was kind of taking back that original Seersucker, less is more, just a real simple thing. We're like, this room's so beautiful. The only thing we could do is fuck it up.
Yeah.
You know, like we could put some tables in here right now and turn on some music, and it'd be a pretty cool dining room.
Yeah.
So Puffer was like, I got this. You know, we can do this. We got outdoor, indoor, high ceilings, all of this. And it was a spectacular building, and the design just hit and resonated so well.
I will say this. You did not fuck that up. It was stunning.
It's pretty timeless too. You know, I mean, it's not like Seersucker was very much the reclaimed wood generation of restaurants where like, everything was reclaimed. Everyone's like pipe wrench, you know, black put together shelving, you know,
Edison light bulbs, as far as
Edison everything.
Yeah. We're like, I hate to say that, but Thomas Shoe started that whole thing.
Yeah, he did.
There.
Yeah,
right there. Yep. They're like, you don't have
Seersucker.
a sign. And we're like, we got a window full of Edison light bulbs. You don't need anything. People just flock to that.
Minimal signage was always key. Like, you know, opening restaurants in San Francisco, I was like, a restaurant that doesn't have a sign out front. I literally drove, what was it, Slanted Door when it used to be on the Mission.
Yeah.
I drove by it 3 times. I'm like, where is this damn restaurant? You know, suddenly I find it, I'm like, it's kind of brilliant. Like you feel like I found it. Like just getting there is a reward.
It's that vague speakeasy feeling, the LaCroix of speakeasy feelings.
Absolutely.
You know, like it's just something, I'm discovering something.
Yeah. It's something for nothing. You know, like I found it. You know,
so you guys open up at Urban Wood, and it takes off almost immediately again, right?
Yeah,
huge.
Yeah. So it's
funny, Urban Wood was a furniture store. And so was Seersucker. So our 2 like hits were oddly enough old.
So
stores.
Were you nervous to not go into a furniture store next?
Yes.
What was next? Anime was next.
Anime
was
Urban
the scariest
Sea.
thing we've ever done in our lives.
Yeah. Urban Ranch, all those.
Okay, so Anime, so Urban Sea. If you haven't been there, for me, the reason why it worked, your design is one of them. The food as well, and the food for me, one of the foods was high acidity. I think you told me at the time you're going to like night market and stuff like that.
We failed. Tara saved Anime. All right. So let's talk about the design on Anime, because every building we've ever done in our lives is some salvage, weird, funky building. Yeah. Here we go into this modern high rise with big steel, big glass, like everything completely different. And Nat Bosa, it all kind of came through kind of a fun conversation we had with Nat Bosa.
Bosa, one of the family developers,
Nat's like, I heard you guys are really good. You're the best in town. Can you build a restaurant here? And we're like, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. He goes, will we be a hit? And we're like, we don't know. You're in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. We don't even know what district this is.
Yeah. Well, he said the reason why he went with us is because we were honest. He asked, when we started talking about the whole kind of doing like the Asian what
Vibe.
like the Asian vibe, but like street food. He said, "Well, how do you think it's going to do?" I said, "It's either going to crush it,
We're all going to be broke.
or it's going to be a really slow build." And he loved that, and it was. I mean, we opened 4 restaurants, 2.5 months at the end of 19, and then COVID hit. So we closed all those restaurants. Like I almost walked off the face of the earth. Circuits were not connecting properly. But yeah, and then we opened it, closed it, and every time we reopened it,
we did. Yeah,
we were like, we got the wrong chef.
Within a year before COVID, we had Anime, we had Herb and C. We have a life science campus food hall up on the Irvine Life Science Park up there, Herb and Ranch.
Yep.
And we opened one. The only one that didn't make it was Would You?
That was another Office Park
Alexandria
location.
campus restaurant.
Right.
We lost all of our Alexandria campus restaurants, Farmer and the Seahorse, the 2 Green Acres, and Would You, the little baby, was like 4 weeks old when it hit, you know?
Oh, man.
Baja Asian street food. Oh, I love that menu. I love that menu.
It was a lot of fun, and it was doing really well.
Yeah, it was going to do great.
Yeah. The okay, so you open up 4 restaurants in 2019, then the pandemic hits. So that sucks ass.
Yeah. It's horrible.
Well, did Anime? So you said Anime was kind of saved by Tara's cooking.
100%.
And this is what I love. You guys have always given credit to all of the. You both served as a CIA of San Diego, a culinary school.
There's a lot of great people that have worked in our organization.
Have worked for us that have gone on to do great things.
You think about what Relic Bakery is one of them.
That's right.
Jojo Rui, who's
Jojo Rui.
What is he? He's the director chef
and Click Hospitality.
He's Click Hospitality.
Yeah, which is massive.
You got Dan Pena, who went on
Adrian
to
Mendoza, who we hired. My first hire at Ocean Air has had a very successful pastry chef career in San Diego.
Yeah, for sure.
He was right out of McDonald's when we got him.
No way. He was Richard Blazin'
The
it?
Pinkin Brothers, who are over there running Juniper and Ivy, you know, they were working with us at Seersucker. Everybody that was in that Seersucker kitchen has gone on to do crazy things. There's so much talent in that. Rachel King, who's now an incredible bodybuilder, but she had a massive. I know. Did you see that picture?
Oh my God. So Rachel King, for all of your guys' edification, used to be the pastry chef at 910, I believe, was one of them. And then also did Seersucker.
She did Seersucker.
She did Seersucker, and then she went into cannabis, and she was doing cannabis desserts and food and chocolate and I think like that. And last time I saw her, and again, phenomenal force in the food scene. She's great.
Delightful woman.
Delightful woman. And she is, I mean,
ripped.
Like world champion, it looks like.
I had to, I'm like, no. I thought, what? I'm like, zooming off. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you go, girl. I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so you open up Anime, and it didn't
So
work.
here's the problem. Is
it was in the middle of nowhere.
Puffer and the Bells and Whistles teams put together this absolutely beautiful building. And as far as design and stuff like that, like Urban Wood, I saw Urban Wood. I felt Urban Wood. I got it. I loved it. I love it. Anime, I was scared to death. I was like, carpet, drapes, everything I hate. Like, you're like going, what the? He's like, no, you'll feel it. You'll see it. And I was like, oh, man, I'm fucking scared.
When
and then I was
doing-
paying attention to Urban Sea and Urban Ranch because I understood those, but I had no idea what was going on at Anime because it was so outside my wheelhouse. But like I was really working. I could do the food hall. Like, I'll stay up here. I'll work on this one. He's like, oh, I'm going to do this, and it's backstage. And Anime Wong, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, and like I was like, I don't know how the food's gonna work. Like, I'm scared to death of this one, and we hired a chef. I mean, you could look it up. We hired Joe, and essentially it was three white guys trying to do Asian food.
Right,
And we went to San Francisco, we went to Seattle, we went into all these different places and checked out the street food. We went to Convoy. Our idea was to take the street food and put it on a nicer plate and charge a lot more money for it, right?
Yeah.
And Joe's food was good.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
There's always great chefs in there.
It was like,
Right.
And then we're like, oh, COVID hit. And we're like, let's make a play here. We brought in Nate Appleman. Nate Appleman was just going to help us do that. We're going to help him on his pizza concept and some other stuff. All of a sudden, Nate got his blinkers back on. He started going Michelin style. We're like, stop. No, like we're scared of that too intense food that comes out of the kitchen too slow.
Tweezer food.
And we're like, oh, no. So that just wasn't the
Yeah,
right.
you guys have never really been tweezer food. I mean, look, you're very accomplished.
I want to be able to park a fork in it and get a bite. I don't want to have to be like, oh, do I take a little of this and a little of that? And oh, it's beautiful. Like,
how do I make a diorama of my plate in order to get the perfect
a whisper of lavender, fennel fronds or whatever, Yeah, park a fork in it, eat it. It's good. It's
Day
not
one, I think one of
challenging.
the
It's
most
great.
important things we've ever done is as Puffer put it, is he said, if your food comes out fast, right? Your guests are going to be happy. People want
Yeah.
the food coming out of the kitchen,
Yeah.
right? They will forgive other mistakes if they're getting hot food. But if you're sitting there for 30, 40 minutes, conversation's gotten dull, you're like, oh my God, that's when you start discovering the problems in life.
Yeah.
If your food's just like boom, so at Seersucker, that's what every single one of our kitchens, the most important thing that we do is the way we do that kitchen so that the food is like pop, pop,
Execution
pop,
comes out.
pop. It comes out.
That is such a great point about a restaurant. You're right. If food is not coming out directly on time, you do start to find, and when your conversation lags, because a great restaurant is supposed to facilitate social interaction and make it kind of, you guys talk, the conversation is going well, and right when it's about ready to lag, you're like, all right, here's desserts, here's your bill, let's go to the bar.
Hey man, I work for some talented chefs, and I would, it doesn't matter how amazing that chef is and how amazing that dish tastes and looks. If it takes 40 minutes to get to the table, it doesn't taste that great.
Yeah. Our salon from CH Projects experienced the same thing. They invested in the best bartenders in the country to come out and train their staff and do everything else. And their hands carving ice and everything. Yes. And he realized, he's like, but it's supposed to be a good experience. And it was taking, you guys have, I've been the leaders in cocktails as well in San Diego, the same story, but it's taking too long.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's like, so people are getting pissed off. Like, that's not a good cocktail anymore.
Yeah.
It's just the experience. Your short ribs at Seersucker are kind of a key to what you guys have built. Like that kind
100%.
of long, that you can do all the prep ahead of time. It's still an amazing dish. It's taken hours to sous vide. You've developed that sauce. But, when it is ordered to plate,
Drop,
real
mount
fast.
with butter, go out. Yeah.
People will look around and say, is this supposed to go to another table? Like, no, that's yours.
Yeah.
Because we get it so fast. And you're hungry, the experience, the service is upbeat, the tempo is upbeat. And, I don't know. Nobody has time to sit at a table for 3.5, 4 hours anymore.
Yeah.
You put me at one of those
I'm
long
time poor.
tastings. I'm like, my back starts to hurt. I'm like, I got to adjust. I'm like, some guy nervously comes, sweeps the tablecloth away from me. Well, I just got to go get up and walk around. You're like, I'm good. Thank you for that, though. You know what I mean? It's just too much. And so, for us, it's like, we try to design restaurants that we would want to eat at. We want to go to.
And we both have
hour and a
very short
half,
attention
2
spans.
hours, you're in, you're out, you're good. You're going to go on see something afterwards, take a walk, whatever, and not be sitting there
Or
for
ideally,
4 hours.
be done and go sit at the bar.
Go sit
The
at the
bar
bar.
is a massive component in every one of our restaurants.
Yeah,
we
for
would
sure.
love for you to eat dinner and go have another cocktail at the bar.
Yep.
I
I know. Have you guys noticed that we know that people are drinking less?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, is it affecting you guys? Or is it really affecting you guys? How much is that overblown? I've heard it's coming back.
We're definitely not the youngest demographic. Our restaurants kind of cater to people who are 30s, 50s.
Yeah, 50s, yep.
Yeah, so they come up. They're still drinking.
All right, here we go.
I could see these 20-year-olds that the Arsalons of the world cater to. They're cutting back on their drinking a lot,
Right.
and
Other substances.
yeah,
Just got a
whatever-
Pez dispenser, magic mushrooms.
they're on,
exactly. Yeah, other
but
substances.
again, our this is kind of our clientele has kind of come with us,
Yeah.
and we're the 40 to 60 right there. As much as we
Can
wish
you,
we were
can
more.
you believe that? I mean, you guys have been together now. I mean, you're going on 10 years of opening up Herringbone, and 20 years that you guys have been together,
We certainly get the 30-year-olds, but we don't get the 20-year-olds. And guess what? We don't really even want the 20-year-olds.
I know. We want them all.
I'm sorry, Lillian.
Come
I'm sorry,
on.
Lillian. It's just the whole social
Strike that.
This is
the whole
perfect.
social marketing for that the 20-year-olds is just a competitive thing.
Sure.
Trying to get them
TikTok
into your
visual.
restaurants. You're like, dude, I want to be this. I want to go here. This week, this one's cool. This one's cool. What's my experience this week? Whereas we like that kind of that loyalty. Like, hey man, we're still here. We're great. It's the best dish. Every one of our restaurants has that core menu. You're going to go to Urban Wood and you're going to get the oxtail gnocchi.
Yep.
Because it's just that thing that you crave when you leave. And today, the whole new thing is just what do I get today? What do I get today? What do I get today?
Yeah.
And we have that available, but we also love our history and the relic dishes. The iconics.
Yeah.
Core items. I mean, I'm a creature of habit. I want to go someplace and I want to try something new. But if I had something great at a restaurant and I go back and they're like, oh, we change the menu every day. Why? I wanted that dish. I came back for that dish.
I found something really nice in my life. Yeah.
It resonated well with me.
Hey, Radiohead, play Creep.
Yeah.
There it is. Nice work. Touche. Fucking spiked it. Spike it.
But
I want a perfect gnocchi. I want some oxtail. I want urban wood to be special. It's so very special.
Oh my God. My phone has been on this entire time and I don't even care. I'm not going to take the time to actually turn it off because this is too good. This is my favorite thing. And by the way, Emily, our producer, is sitting on the ground right now because the cord situation. Thank you for doing what you do. There she is.
Emily.
She's trying to. Oh, and here is. Dude, chef. Okay, so this woman right here this is Chef Tara. Thank you so much. Okay, I want to start talking. I'll talk a little bit. I want to, if you don't mind, Tara, saying hello into this microphone. If you. Oh my gosh. This woman, you just meet people and you know that, okay, I just like you as a human being. And then you taste her food and it's also amazingly good. Those two things don't often align in the restaurant world for me. I found that some of my favorite chefs in the world are a little bit brazen or a little bit, not nice. And some of my favorite human beings in the world are not the best chefs. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like getting, and you are one of them. I'm not going to talk you up too much because I don't want you to blush. But this is, congratulations again on the nomination for James Beard.
Thank you.
One of our great ambassadors of the food scene. He said you saved anime.
Oh, thank you.
But this is date night at Le Coq. So, and this is important because you look at this place, and obviously you spent millions on the build out. You spent you want to make it a really special place, and you've got a James Beard nominated chef here, and everybody thinks it's going to be, and it can be, a very big night out, and you're spending a lot of money because you've spent so much in building this place for it to be like the apex experience. But you used to take dates here when you were working at Herringbone, and you wanted to do something at here that you could actually, not actually afford, but like that was reasonable to get a James Beard meal for $100, right? Okay. If you could come closer, thank you. Okay. Can you just tell me?
I've worked for a lot of fast casual places, but I understand that, like I always say, dining is a privilege, and not everybody has that pleasure of doing it. But I used to do dates here. Was a line cook. I asked Chef, hey, can I buy a pizza? And usually she'll just give it to me. Yeah. And, when you're a young cook, you're like, you make
that's it.
Yeah, you make a date happen. And so, I would take my date down to the water and have a slice of pizza. Yeah. So, it's kind of, you think about it now, it's kind of like, but
this is a little bit.
Works.
This is a little bit different than a slice of pizza. So this is and it's every night that we can get date night on here.
Date night's available every night.
Okay.
Yes. But the date night consists of a rillette. So the rillette that you're having is part of the date night.
Okay.
But the date night consists of the salmon rillette that you have in front of you, a prawn and steak plate with a palm puree and green beans, and then you get a chocolate mousse at the end. So it's definitely not a small meal for two.
No. Yeah. And what is that?
But you know
who?
I like a girl that can knows how to eat good food. So.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, seriously.
I think that says a lot, right? Yeah. So, but enjoy it.
Yeah. And what are we looking at there?
Okay, so this is on our menu. This is our whole half snapper.
Okay.
With just some cauliflower.
Black and white, like some Brussels sprouts that I had way back in the day.
Yeah. So we just cook it very hard on one side. When I get Asian food, I love grilled fish. So it gets that char on top, and then we have a calamansi beurre blanc on the bottom, a good amount of it to go with every inch of this fish, and then some little greens.
Calamansi showing out the Filipino roots too.
Yes, yeah. And the rillette, what's cool about this rillette is that it has a Chef Derek made our style of a bing bread. So bing bread is usually a flat scallion pancake.
Yep.
This one eats like a cronut meets like.
It's seriously
one of the best
it's one of his
things.
things. Yeah,
really
Chef
good.
Derek is really great with bread, and I just take advantage of that. You know, so you have our version of that, which doesn't classically go with salmon rillette, but bread and rillette. So the bread is warm. The rillette has clarified butter in it. So as soon as you put it in there, it's gonna melt. So
I love you.
Enjoy it while it's hot.
Okay,
And I got
all right.
a couple more things, so I'll let you guys enjoy that, and then I'll bring two more things.
Thank you so much, Chef.
Of course.
So again, that is Chef Tara, one of the great forces of the food scene. The other one that I love that you guys have is Aiden, Chef Aiden, up at Urban Sea. We had him on the podcast not too long ago. He looks like
He's 12 years old.
he looks like he's 12 years old, but like the sexiest man in the world too. Like he's like a stunner.
He's definitely a heartthrob.
He's a heartthrob, right? Anyways, so Lecoq, let's get to this. So you guys got a chance to get this building again, and this is what was billed as your swan song in San Diego.
Yeah.
Is that still true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The ghosty look that you guys got.
Yeah.
Okay, so
There's nothing else to do here. We've had so much fun. We've checked every different. We've experienced so many neighborhoods here. We really love Urbanwood. We love anime, Urban Sea in North County, and to have an outpost here in La Jolla. I live in La Jolla now. There's nothing else for us to do in this city. We love what we have, and we just want to foster and care for and continue to push what we have.
Yeah. Just make it great. Make them, 10, 15 year, 20 year venues. I mean, we're looking at Urbanwood being there for another 10 years. And anime is obviously shaping up. They're all shaping up. So if we just, rather than, take money, invest, start this new thing, get distracted, like just maintain some great venues.
I think
institutions.
I think it's harder. It's just as much as a challenge to get from year 8 to year 12. Most restaurants that have done very well are folding up, at 6, 7 years old.
to make it 10 years in a restaurant is to make it to the centennial mark as a human being.
And then to really go,
sure.
let's really make this an iconic restaurant and really do that. And with having, Aiden to come in there and really take this menu into a whole nother area and really do such a great job with the team. And you come in there and it's fresh, and we add a couple little design elements. We freshen up. We do these things. It takes dumb young us would have been like, let's open more restaurants and forget about the
Dumb
success.
us does a lot of things in my life.
Success that we had, because we look back and we say, had we just kept one restaurant, Seersucker,
Right. We would
and
never
not
had to
just
open another
chased our
restaurant
tails.
again.
We're not like, let's go to this one. They're like shiny objects moving, and just completely losing ourselves. That one restaurant would have made us more money than all of those other restaurants combined.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you going and having other dreams.
I know, right?
That's your fault, really, and having ambition. I know.
Yeah. I'm tired, man. It's like everyone, you do, and look, I never fancied myself becoming a restaurateur. Honest to God, I didn't even get serious about my career until I was like well into my 30s, 35. I was like, was a musician back in the day. If I never had kids, I'd probably still have followed the musician dream. I'd be rocking the Ben Franklin. That's actually a name.
The Ben Franklin with the hair.
Call myself the Franklins or the Benjamins. And then I want to have all guys who are bald on top but can still grow out the back.
Yes. Bring that
You
back.
can still
The
do that.
Benjamins. It's coming.
That's
Don't worry.
cool. You can have it.
It's coming to the San Diego. I'm going to have you review it as well.
That
back in here.
rillette and that bread.
So good.
Oh my God, that is phenomenal. Okay, I know you don't drink anymore.
Blew my mind.
You just drink that bread.
What?
You just drink that bread. That's it.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. But she tasted us on that one, and I was like, and she wanted to take off. What dish did she want to replace? Oh, the chicken liver here. I was like, you can never take the chicken liver mousse off. And she goes, eat this. And I was like, take the chicken liver mousse off. Take it away now. Like, it was like that good.
I can't even get my knife in there. This microphone's in my way. Good thing I do yoga.
So, let's get rid of this damn laptop. We don't need this anyways. We're just having a conversation. Thank you, Emily. Okay, and I want to try that as well. Okay, so you need to come to Lecoq and get that bread. With that, can we talk about the name?
Yes. Yes.
Come on. I know Chef won't even say it.
They say it much more polite. They all get French accents. They're like
Lecoq.
Lecoq. And I was like, Lecoq? What? Lecoq? And
when you guys came up with it, I mean, it's funny, it's cheeky, it's bordering on the profane. I mean, obviously, it's just a word. It's just rooster.
It's so silly, though. Come on. It's the rooster in French.
I
I mean,
know.
are we all like 14-year-old boys and girls? Like,
I am. I 100% am. I will always be. I don't know. This is the way I remember it. I don't know if this is actually how it went down. But Puffer and I were talking of like offhanded fun ideas for names, right?
Right.
And we're exploring what was available. Anytime you come up with a name, you get online to see if there's another restaurant with that name somewhere else and whatever. And so we had done some exploration, but I'm pretty sure it was Lillian, our director of marketing, who one day was like, "What about Le Hoc?"
Yeah.
And we're like, yes. I'm like, we already own the domain.
Yeah.
Like Puffer and I are like, she said it.
Yeah, she said it. That's okay. Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe we'll call it La Poussin or like these French game birds. Like,
French game birds.
yes.
But again, going back to your point, I don't want the whiff of lavender in here.
No.
Right.
I want Le Coq.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you have, and obviously you've got some, French nudes, black and white around.
course,
I had a feeling that if you did this place yourself, it would be a little bit larger. That you would have full scale 20-foot nudes. Because I just think about the portrait paintings you had commissioned for Urban Wood, which is beautiful, like almost Matisse looking, Matisse looking like big giant oil paintings, and they're lovely.
Yeah.
And these were so small, and I was like, I think you possibly did that because there's nude people in them, and you didn't want to offend all the sensibilities of La Jolla.
Well, I just wanted you to know, Troy, that size doesn't matter here. Okay? And we can have small portraits on the walls, and they're lovely.
This is true. This is true. All right, so you opened back up in La Jolla. You came home to Herringbone. How did it feel to be back in here, by the way? I know that, this is... Okay, were both of you guys really, really involved in this project, or was one of you like, okay, no, this is your project. This is,
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, we kind of both...
You got to get in the microphone.
We kind of both wanted to do French, right?
Yeah.
We thought, it's something that was lacking in the dining scene. And
you're really right. There isn't.
It's kind of whatever was in the vortex.
Yeah.
Everybody said French at the same time.
Yeah.
Thankfully, ours got here first, but Brad Wise, another huge restaurateur in town, Travis Weichert's about to open his French. Everybody just said French at the same time.
Yeah.
This is the year of French.
Yeah.
right now.
And you know what happens? I think with that is that you guys all are observing everything, right? And you all go, God, there's a dearth of French restaurants.
Yeah.
So you start working on your concepts independently.
Yes.
And they all come to fruition at the same time. So we get a French boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, it did come down to taking our entire team, like as we said, we went on that epic journey, which I felt so just grateful that we could do something like that. I mean, it was such a cool trip to be able to take these guys over and dine out and just experience it. So yeah, it was definitely, there was a lot of group effort on the food. I definitely tend to take lead kind of on design. Brian was doing a concept as well.
Okay.
Up in Oregon.
That's
So,
right.
Yep.
You opened up your restaurant in Oregon. What's it called?
Hawkeye and Huckleberry Lounge.
Hawkeye and Huckleberry. How far is that from where you grew up?
It's right where I grew up.
Oh, nice.
We raised the beef on the ranch. I grew up. A lot of our beef comes from the ranch.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Nice.
We fatten them up with hemp. We actually raise fields of hemp and bale it like hay and feed the cattle hemp. So we have hemp harvested beef up there. Now, if it does anything to the beef, I don't know, but it is so much fun to market it.
Well, I mean, hemp has a flavor. When you think about Argentinian, cows and cattle and everything else, I mean, they get a little bit of that aquaticness, a little bit of that seafood, a little bit of that grass in there. I'm sure it does affect it. Okay. I hope so. Okay, so you know what this is.
So yes.
Steak and frites.
Steak frites. So
classic. It's one of our top sellers. It will always be. I mean, this is the gnocchi of this restaurant. I mean,
right.
Who doesn't like steak and frites?
Oh my God.
It's everything.
I mean, especially it's just because I want to eat a damn steak. Yeah. And I want to eat French fries, but when you say it French, it feels like I'm not like, well, I'm going to have a steak and French fries.
Yeah.
If you say it like that, then you feel a little dirty about yourself.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
that's good.
But if you say it in French,
oh, I'll have the steak and frites. Suddenly, like you're this petite little waif of a thing.
Now, this is, I believe, is actually on your date night menu, right?
Yes.
No.
Oh no, it's the steak and the shrimp.
It's a steak and prawns, jumbo prawns. So you get the. Oh my gosh, my brain. The bavette, right, with 2 colossal prawns.
Okay.
And then you get green beans, you get the mashed potatoes. It's awesome.
The crust on that underneath the sauce?
Yeah.
Emily is a vegetarian. Then this might end that for her. It's really, really good, Em. All right, so, and Chef Tara, you guys, she's kind of been an anchor for you guys. I mean, you obviously, your name started all of this, and you've been, kind of the angel above it, and you were in the kitchen, you helped it out. But, and as we said, you guys have had a lot of young chefs come through here, but she stayed longer than most, I think. And
she was with us, and then she went and found her own identity. She worked for a lot of different other chefs. She really got it. She was working under Nate Appleman at Anime. And when we were kind of looking around, Nate even said it. He goes, guys, you just want Tara. He was like,
oh, what a good dude.
Yeah, he was like, and you guys want, and Nate Appleman's a good man. Man. He's down in Australia now. He's just a great guy. He just said, she's phenomenal. This is what you want.
Is that the blue cheese mussels? Oh, yes. Oh, this is the best day. I'll tell you what. I hate the name of our podcast. I always have. Happy Half Hour. Just a little lame. I mean, it really is. I had a TV show in San Diego called Fox Rocks with an ROX, and it was also terrible.
I remember. I watched you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. I watched you.
Somebody just sent me some of the old videos of like some of the bands that played on there. Brandy Carlisle. And she was like 16.
When I first moved here, I was like, who is this guy?
Who's this douchebag? But he seems to have good music.
Yeah.
What I love about is moments like this. These conversations, the conversations of people that actually are doing a lot in the food scene, and dishes like that. Oh, holy crap. Will somebody explain, Chef, will you explain that dish and why it's so damn good? Did this come from your trip to France?
Yes. So one of the best meals we've had was at Le France de Marché, who also came here for a pop-up. Luckily, we built a relationship after that.
Oh, nice.
And I hit up Chef Chunta. I was like, hey, I really loved your mussels. I think people here would enjoy them. Do you mind if I put them on the menu?
Do you mind if I steal them? Yeah.
Well, yeah, it literally says Le France de Marché on the menu. So it's like, but it's a shout out to them and letting them kind of let me spend time in their kitchen for 2 days. So, and when they came over here, they're like family now. So they're really
so awesome.
Really fun group of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of owed to them, and they're just delicious. And it's like an odd combination, like blue cheese and shellfish. Like
honestly, I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, interesting, because you usually think about a chorizo, whatever,
butter, wine. So
sure.
The base of it is wine, shallots, butter. Very simple. But what makes is the blue cheese foam.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's what makes it. So.
It's like we were talking about a couple fondue restaurants earlier on.
Yeah,
and it has an element of that on shellfish, and that is one of my favorite dishes that I've had here. So thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure. And we got our house-made baguette for you to dip in there. So, all right, enjoy.
Thank you, Chef.
Yeah,
the baguette's so good. The baguette is.
You're
so
just
good.
on a break. Are you just pure gluten and mussel now?
No. I still stay away from gluten for the most part. But when you eat your gluten, you make sure you get the good.
The good gluten.
Yeah, you don't waste it on anything else. But when you come here and you get the baguette and the different array of butters, like the chicken skin butter, the caviar butter, and it's just insane.
Oh yeah, that caviar butter. Oh god. Yeah, the chicken skin butter. Chicken skin butter, I feel it could be the name of an autobiography.
Chicken skin butter.
That's
or a new band name too. Chicken skin butter.
Right? I mean, anybody who hears that word is just going to be automatically happy.
Yeah,
that's serotonin. Look at that, man.
And so when we came up with this concept, we knew we wanted to do a French restaurant. So we, of course, interviewed a bunch of French chefs, right? We interviewed people who had a strong history of French. And we were like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know.
Did a lot of tastings, too.
We did a lot of tastings. And Tara one day said, I want to throw my hat in the ring. She said, I'm classically French trained.
Right.
And we're like, what? We're like, what? Really?
Yeah.
Really? You want to do two? And she's
Yeah,
like,
two restaurants.
I want to do it.
You're us 20 years ago.
And then we did the tasting, and it was like... game over.
That was great.
Game over.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. It's just her she's the most talented chef as far as I can imagine right now. She's just, what she's doing at Anime and what she's doing here is second to no one. She deserves the James Beard Award. Yeah. She's an incredible person. The amount of stuff, she was at the Sustainable Seafood lunch or dinner last night with Andrew Zimmerman. Aiden was there. I stopped by to say hello. There's a bunch of great chefs that are all just really putting their time and energy into the farms, the oceans, the community. She's so much more than just a great chef. She's, just like you said, a great steward of our entire community here in San Diego. Yeah. And the fact that San Diego, I'm from Portland, Oregon. I'm from the Oregon Northwest. They give James Beard's awards like they're chiclets up there. There's like they're just tossing them at people. Yeah. And here in San Diego, for some reason, because we have that dirty evil empire above us called LA, and San Francisco, another dirty evil empire up there.
Ooh, shots fired there, man. Your old stomping grounds.
Yep, but nothing rolls down past those two.
I know.
And San Diego and Taramonson deserves all the recognition there is.
It really does. It's a great. I mean, since I've lived here, I moved here in 2000. I mean, it's not even the same city anymore. There was nothing when I moved here in 2000.
Back
there
in
was
the
nothing.
Oceanair days, we didn't deserve anything. Yeah,
There was Star of the Sea. There was Mr. Ace.
Yep.
And there was still here over here. I can't think of the name.
The
Fine dining restaurant. No.
Rancho Santa Fe.
No, the restaurant right over here with the ocean view.
Oh, the La Jolla-
George.
I know.
George's. Oh.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
That's what happens after you're 32.
It's my selective Alzheimer's. No, I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you had Bernard Giaz down at the racket club too.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
true. Yeah, but I mean, and
There was
but
a
then that was it.
handful.
And then there was like Chevy's Fresh Mix.
Yeah.
You know, there was nothing in between.
That great middle was wiped out.
But there was nothing.
There was
There
absolutely
no medium
nothing.
price point dining. It was all
Yeah,
chains.
yeah.
You know, and so what's been nice is to see that change and people
Massively in San
wanting to
Diego.
cook and bring good food to the city. It's a great city. I mean,
Yeah.
And not
that's
just
why
San
everyone's
Diego,
moving here.
but from Oceanside to Carlsbad,
Yeah.
all of these different areas have so many good restaurants right now. So much to be proud of.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice for Tara to get the recognition for our community.
Yeah, no, it still irks me. I mean, look, amazing chefs have obviously the chef that won this year from LA, a 4 chef of the West or California, I think it was, also deserves great recognition. And there's nothing against that person. But for me, I famously, I don't think I'm allowed in anywhere near Beard anymore because I famously wrote an article that said like, stop doing this. Stop pretending like you have a presence here because there are people down here that actually deserve this. And it felt like there was a little bit of a token, like San Diego. Yeah, here's a San Diego nominee, and they'd always get wiped out in the first round. And
it's
I'm
always like, gone.
Yeah, and so and James Beard's a great, fantastic organization, and I think that one day, and I think that one day.
No, I think it's gonna be 2026. Yeah,
I think it's gonna be 2026. That Tara is gonna break through. Anyways, with that and with this, holy crap, that bread too. Okay, 10 years in. What have you changed? I want to ask you, what have you changed? Do you feel like you guys have made as restaurateurs and chefs? You always look at the scene. Anything you do, you look at a scene and you go, I want to change this. I think I can make a dent here. What were you able? Do you think like you were able to do? In terms of making a change in the dining scene. And what thing did you try to do and it didn't quite? You're like, it still hasn't taken. It still hasn't.
Oh no, I'll tell you what we did. What is the saddest thing in this second. We had the fabrics. The fabric was chaos and what it was. But I think everybody will agree what the thing that we did that they missed the most that didn't work for us was the eatery. The little eatery at Herringbone.
Yeah.
The best croissants, the best lunch, the best.
It's like a casual spot right above.
We
Yeah.
won best breakfast like 3 years in a row in San Diego.
All counter service.
And it was all counter service. It was packed. It was
Real
packed.
good food
It was,
for the
There was a
morning.
line around the corner on the weekends. It was just natural and fun.
Yeah.
And it no matter what we did to it, it did the same amount in sales every week. And it took almost as many people to staff it as it did the giant restaurant in the back. And the giant restaurant in the back could do that sale in one night.
Yep.
And the math just didn't work. And she was our one thing that didn't survive COVID.
Yeah. We tried to get it back and nobody was going out. And then when everyone was doing the whole sidewalk seating, social distancing, I said, well, look, if people are sitting on a sidewalk with a table at an angle on the pavement,
Right.
Why can't we do social dining upstairs in the cafe space? And so what was crazy is that year 7, we did record sales on our property.
Yeah.
Because we then used that for overflow seating on the weekends.
Sure.
So, and it only took a staff of 2 and a busser. And suddenly,
Now the whole area is like some of the best private event space in the city.
Yeah.
It's killer.
Yeah, it's like an art gallery in there.
It's so beautiful.
You just and I don't want to look. I don't want you guys to have to crow about what you guys have done, but I think that I do want to mention the kind of stuff that you guys have done in the community, and you've talked about it. That's the reason why you were able to get investors in the first place, because you guys were cooking, you guys were serving wine, you guys were doing the stuff at places for nonprofits, people doing good work across the community. What else have you guys done like in the last couple of years that you've been proud of in terms of? I know you guys did the night market down at the dock, which I think is fantastic.
That's probably the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
The team
Really
gets
cool.
all credit for that. Puffer and I are just invited. We're just so proud. We're just so proud to be a part of it, and we gave them the green light on it. So that is something the city needs to get behind. It is one of the most amazing, iconic things. Gorgeous, beautiful, the coolest restaurants
Down
in
at
town.
Tuna Harbor
Yeah.
Dockside Market. It's called, wait, what is it called? It's called
Dockside Market.
Dockside Market.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're doing it yearly now, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yearly.
Okay.
And last year was year 3, and it almost doubles in size each year.
Every year.
And
We're gonna
last year
need a
was
new
the best
pier.
too. Year 3, I thought was the best. Everyone did. Year 2, it was like a little too foo-foo. Like your bite was like
Sure.
the size of a quarter.
Yeah.
And this year it was like more like 2 bites, and yeah, it was awesome.
So all of the best chefs
chefs.
across the city, anchored by your young guns,
Yep.
you know, come down on the Tuna Harbor Dockside Market, which is where all the fishermen across San Diego drop their catch every single weekend. Which you can go to the market 8 a.m. I think it's 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Yeah. I think if you're in the industry, you can start at 7 or whatever. But it's so much
Getting
fun.
earlier.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's what's really, really exciting for me is back in the old days with like the Christian graves and stuff. Remember, we used to have like the societies where we'd do all those pop-up dinners and all that stuff. It was really a big thing. What was the name of the group? I can't remember.
Cooks Confab.
The Confab, yeah. And it was like this big thing, and we'd all get together, and we did
All
this,
the chefs
and it
together,
got really
yeah.
big, and then just faded away.
Yeah.
And so then nothing kind of happened. But now you see this new generation of cooks and the old generation of cooks coming together for all these big events, and they are so intertwined, and it is such an incredible culinary community. I mean, like I'm the old godfather. I'm just watching from the sidelines, but I just love watching these guys all come together and really do like I'll come to your place and cook. We'll do this. We'll work for this charity. We'll all get together because a lot of them they're like going, I'm tired of doing this charity. We're just machines. They're just like, oh, let's call the kitchens and see if they'll give us free food for our event. That's the number one thing. But if it's something that you really believe in, like local fishery, you come down there. Those guys are making the best food. They're having so much fun. They're hanging out with their friends. They got there early. They're going to stay late, and that event is spectacular.
Well, have you guys booked the dates for the next one?
I don't
Okay.
know.
We'll keep you posted on when the next one is on
Yeah,
Happy Hour.
it should be. What month? It's summer, right? I don't even know. I'm trying to think. It's all a freaking blur to me. Was it? It was in August because I got back from Maine. Sorry, my brain's out.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm okay. So it's
I
typically
forget
in
what-
August. They do it in the summers.
Okay, got it. All right. So, and then we talked about like what are the things you're the most proud of? I mean, for me, I would say for you guys, obviously, I think the social dining thing that you guys really ushered in. I think that like putting the bar in the center and kind of taking the piss out of like the fine dining. You still had great food. You had food that you would expect from a fine dining atmosphere, but it just felt in a place that you weren't afraid of. To your point earlier about not wanting to feel like you're misplacing something on the plate or not doing this right. You know, you took the pretension without taking the fun and the design, and that kind of elevatedness out of it.
It's kind of that casual fine dining. You know, people have always asked, people are like, oh, what's the dress code at your restaurants? And we're like, money in your pocket. You know, like that's what you need because this is San Diego and you can't take yourself too serious. And you go into these restaurants where it just feels like it's a little just too much, right? And, you know, like, Urban Wood is certainly that place. Money in your pocket. Anime, you're like, oh, you know, I'm going to get a little dressed up.
Anime definitely
you feel
elevated.
like,
It's
I'm
a really
feeling-
cool crowd.
But
that
it's
dines there,
still,
too.
they're playing great music and the vibe is popping and people are laughing and talking. And it's something that Puffer explained to me way back in the day. He said, it's not about your food. You know, it's not about my design. It's about everything coming together. It's the music, the laughter, the glasses clinking, the time, the service, just everything just flowing all in unison because so many chefs make it all about the food.
Yeah.
And so many restaurateurs make it all about the design.
The design.
You know, and so many people. But that's what I think I'm most proud of about our venues is we know that everything has to come together to have that amazing experience.
There's a reason for everything that we do within the 4 walls of the restaurant, and it all has to click, you know. And it sounds so silly, like of course, you know, but go to so many restaurants, food's great, service is terrible. You know, the food's great, it's too freaking bright, and I'm like, why is this place like this is horrible?
Or you go sit at the bar and you got one of those bar stools that's just like that metal, that cheap metal that goes directly up your ass and gives you
and you're walking away like your back healed. So it is a combination of all those, everything coming together to just make for a really seamless experience where, you know, you feel like you can talk, have fun, laugh. You don't have to quietly speak to your table because you're worried you're going to disturb the person next to you in the middle of their 9th course. You know what I mean? And so that's what we strive for. Yeah, and I got to say too, honestly, another thing I'm really proud of, I think, with what we've created is just a damn good company to work for and great people who work for us. we're good guys. We're not divas. Maybe early on the years when when we got second hottest restaurant in the country, might have gone in my head a little bit.
Remembering a diva moment.
A little bit.
Feeling.
But no, we just did this Thanksgiving dinner for our staff. And we're thinking we're not offering booze. Is anyone going to show up?
Yeah.
They invited friends. I mean, we had it was packed.
Yeah,
it was
350
packed.
of our employees just a couple days ago.
Yeah,
Awesome.
And it was our team cooking for our team.
Yeah.
And something that is a tradition in
Family
all
meal.
of the restaurants now is every Friday they do a family meal where the staff cooks. Like it could be the hostess staff is cooking for the entire restaurant. It's like different. Like the servers are gonna these two servers. It's their week. They're gonna cook, and it really brings everyone together, and it's beautiful to see.
Yeah. I cooked for Urban Sea, actually. I did dinner for them a couple of years back. I did a prime rib and all these crazy dishes. It was really fun.
You went cruise ship puffer on?
Yeah, man. But so I'm sitting there at this event and you're kind of like taken back. You're like, wow, everyone's coming out. Nobody's drinking. Everyone's smiling. I was like, oh my gosh, what bar are they going to? Like, call the waterfront. They're about to get destroyed after this. They did get destroyed. Probably ranked 30 grand from our staff alone. But, people coming up to me just saying, hey, a couple of employees that just said, hey, I've worked for this company now for 6 years. I love it. I'm always keep the food, the fresh, the people that we communicate, the management. It's just a really, really great place. And thank you so much for providing this great place for us to work.
And it's a fun place to come to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As long as
that's something I always wanted to do. Again, I waited tables for a long time. I was a cook. Hell, I washed dishes when I was 14 years old. But just you would work for these divas or these power tripping people that were just a pain in the ass, and so to have a place that you don't have to walk on eggshells, that's and 400 people pay their bills, rent, school loans, whatever. I'm really proud of that.
Eggshells make great mulch.
Yeah,
and that's about it.
Yeah,
man. You definitely don't want to be walking those on any of your organizations. Thank you, gentlemen. Now we want to get into what do I call this? What do I call it again? I just ate this and it's so damn delicious. I lost all my brain. It's called Get Some. Get Some is where we just kind of turn you on to like restaurants that aren't ours. Where do you like to eat in town? You're a new resident of La Jolla, or do you have any kind of like a little spot that you found in between your travels between Oregon and here? Now that you're kind of like cowboy and coastal.
No. So I knew this question was coming, so I was got a little excited. There's a couple different ways. So I'm in love with Eric Bost.
Okay, when I was introducing Tara, and I said that she's both the combination of one of the nicest human beings I've ever met and a great chef. That is the only, not the only other one, but that is one of the other guys I was thinking of. Eric Bost is Lilo, Gina Jolie. Oh my God.
Yeah, Campfire was, when they opened Campfire, we were just so excited because that's exactly kind of a restaurant that we would want to go to, right? Yeah. And Campfire just really resonated with us. Like we ran up there and checked it out. And I mean, I took the designer from Hawkeye and Huckleberry Lounge to Campfire. I was like, see this vibe? That's what we're kind of going for, And then June and Jolie, I'm not a big slow service Michelin type restaurant, but June and Jolie, we go every year for my girlfriend's birthday. Yeah. It is that Gruyere bite with the caviar and the Iberico.
Yeah. It's a croque monsieur, right?
Oh yeah. I was like, like I have to have that once a year. I'm gonna die. And the service there is just so cute and so fun, and it doesn't make me feel like I'm in that really intense environment. And then I went to the bakery, and then they did the bakery, Wildland, and I'm just like, what is going like I said, that's where you indulge. That's where you eat your gluten. That's where you have the cacio de pepe pizza. That's where you have the bread and the roasted chicken. And then I really can't stand fine dining multi-course menus. But what's the one in the back there?
Lucian?
Is that what it is?
If it's not, I feel bad. We're gonna have to add this.
They're Lalo.
Oh, I thought you were pointing this way.
Oh no. No. So is it Lalo?
Lilo.
Mm-hmm. Holy, I mean, spectacular. I mean, I can't do that. I could do a dinner like that maybe once a year because I can't stand 3 hours plus of eating and that perfect food. But I just like everything they've done, and the fact that it's all within like a block and a half of each other is just mind-boggling. Their design, their service, their food. huge fan.
Yeah, I mean, and Carlsbad, and I always say Carlsbad was sleepy, and it was for a long, long time. I'm born and raised in San Diego, in North County. We'd go directly west because we were like kind of the middle, lower suburban kids.
Yeah.
You know, we'd take the dirt road from Rancho Mosquitos and end up in Del Mar, and we'd explore the coast. And Carlsbad was always cute as hell, village, little town.
Yeah.
You know, but it didn't have any great restaurants, and that really, there's a lot of people that were doing great work there, but that really catalyzed that entire scene, and it's really helped bring it up. What you guys did with Seersucker, what you guys did with the Urban Wood, and with all your restaurants, but those two initial hits, that was the same thing that June and Jolie and Campfire did for Carlsbad. Go up there, check out June, check out Campfire, check out Wildland and Lilo. Holy shit. I do not like to eat like that either. That is a 3-hour meal. That is 12, 14 courses. And I mean, and nothing against that. If you're once a year, maybe I can do that because I want to see what a chef like Eric Boss can do.
Yeah.
And it's
the mocktail menu. I mean, because I don't drink. The mocktail menu was revolutionary. I was like, "What is going on with this?"
So good.
And Harley, my girlfriend, was doing the cocktail menu, whatever. She's like, "I want yours." The mocktails were that good.
Yeah,
but for my casual, for La Jolla,
Okay.
I love the neighborhood seafood restaurant, right? El Pescador
El
right
Pescador,
here.
I was gonna say.
Right, it's so great. And
Yep.
then you have like Mitch's over. I used to be in Point Loma. You got Blue Water down in OB.
Yeah.
I love where you
Yeah.
can go get a simple
Yeah.
piece of local seafood because we're right here on the coast. So I really admire those restaurants. that give
Tunaville
you-
Market with Tommy
I went
Gomes.
You got
I went to
Tunaville.
Mitch's for the first time. I've been here forever, and I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Oh, Mitch's. Mitch's is fantastic.
great.
Yeah, I mean, Mitch is he's a sports fisherman that opened up a restaurant where he's parking his boat, and that's the most honest, especially being from New England, originally from you know that culture. What about you?
So I was thinking more of just my neighborhood haunt, like we were talking about earlier, like good dive. And Cantina Mayuel, as I've been going there for I don't even know 15 years. Took my kids there when they were little.
It's a magical place.
Yeah, it really, really is.
Ayahuasca was a restaurant.
Yeah. The Mexican shrimp cocktail, it's carnitas, it's so simple, and then you can just sip on all these great mezcals, and if you really like the mezcal and they've got a bottle, you can take it home with you, So, and it's just been I see people from the industry there all the time. I know the bartenders, I love the fact that they don't even shake their margarita. I took my father there one time and he was like, "Oh yeah, can I get a raspberry margarita? And I'll just have a quesadilla." And I'm like, "Dad, you got to look at the menu. That's not what they're serving here." I literally took my kids there. I just sat with my son who's now 22, whatever, when he turned 21. I sat at this bar that, he couldn't even see over when they were so little going there. So I've had some good dinners there and really fun. And then the other one that I love, if we're talking to on a not my group, I've always really
Brian
enjoyed.
did too. You get to do too.
I know you weren't supposed to take one, Brian.
I did like.
I think he rambled.
I think I did like 7.
I think it was
actually.
like 7. I'm going to talk about the concept that has I was 8 different concepts.
In Brian's world, there is 9 letters and ADD.
Trust has been one that I've celebrated many occasions
Brad
on as well.
Wise, yeah.
With my
Love Brad
kids'
Wise. We
high school
love Brad
graduation.
Wise. Yep.
And that's one of my favorites and always will be. I mean, he does great work. I love all of his restaurants, but there's just something about the Trust menu. I just had brunch there recently. It was great. And
you guys, I mean, for me, I credit you guys too with Brad Wise, you guys, and a few others that kind of kicking off that live fire cooking as well.
Yeah.
Because that's what Urban Wood had. And there's 400 more flavanols and live fires than there is like an actual oven. So that's what it kind of accents the food, right?
Yeah.
And you guys both kind of kicked that off, and it's just his way he's mastered that smoke is so damn good.
Great job.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen. This is the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern of San Diego's food scene. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. I don't even know if I said that right. Urban Wood, one of the change makers in San Diego's food scene, evolving to anime, evolving to Urban Sea, which is one of the kind of like your low-key underrated one up in Encinitas.
So good.
So good.
Now here at Lecoq, almost 10 years in, you guys have managed not to kill each other. I'm sure you killed each other a couple times, and you guys reborn.
We've done some cute trips. One time we went to Iceland together, just the 2 boys. The best trip we ever had.
That was actually an incredible journey. Yeah, that was really, it was quite special, Brian.
Yeah, it was. We'll always have Iceland.
We'll always have Iceland. I know.
So we're gonna enter into our therapy session. This is gonna be off camera after this. Thank you, boys, for the time. Check out Lecoq's date night. $100. You get a steak. You get a rillette with that beautiful, beautiful bread, and I forget what else, but it's absolutely worth it. Sit at the bar, bring yourself a date, and get some James Beard food at not in James Beard prices. I felt like I was shilling there, but it's just such a damn good deal, and she's such a damn good chef. Come do it. Anyways, we'll see you guys next week on Happy Half Hour. Bye.